What up? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. We in the building. We're in the building.
We are.
We're in the building, which is really good. You all saw the last episode. You know your boy had the EBGB, so we back in the building, and that feels great. You know what I mean? Everything's great. Everything's smooth. Everything's, everything's cool and working. You know what I mean? You tuned into another episode of
the MSR Podcast.
I'm Adam Butler. That's Paul Spann.
Black Man Spann in the building. What's happening?
Brother Smooth is in the building.
Yes, sir. What's going on, family?
Looking creepish as usual. hey, LT is in the building. What's up, everybody? Hey, so you just came back from a 5K.
I did a 5K this morning around 9 a.m. Took me like 29 minutes and 29 seconds to complete.
Dang.
He's running fast as shit.
Yeah.
And I had a weight vest on.
Wow.
Not putting, size myself or nothing like that. But
right.
It was for the D&T Foundation. We raised a lot of money for cancer research, and also we, these niggas.
It's Ox, dog. It's Ox. Go ahead. Tell your story, bro.
That's wonderful, bro. That's wonderful.
That's wonderful.
That's wonderful, dog.
But did the race for the D&T Foundation. We raised a lot of money for cancer research as well as scholarships for young seniors leaving high school, going to college.
Awesome.
So, I'll gladly, give Adam the link that anyone can donate if you want to do that. But
100.
It's for a good cause, and, it's my annual 5K. That's the only time I'm running for
that's dope,
2
man.
miles straight. You give me sprints, I got you all day, but I don't like running like straight consecutive for 3 miles. That's crazy, bro.
Wow.
Hey,
you got it done?
You said what?
I said you got it done, man. That's good business.
I try, man. I try.
Yeah. No, that's good business, man. Definitely proud of you on that one, man. Real dope. And definitely send a link. I'll put it in the description for everybody to know what's going on with
donate.
that. All right. Let's get to the business real quick. Follow the show. MSR Tribe on Instagram. MSR Tribe on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok, the MSR Pod. Follow us on Facebook, Mindstream Radio. All right? All our socials. We always got stuff posted on social media. Follow us. Do all of that stuff. Subscribe to the show. Subscribe to the show. All right, the MSR Pod on YouTube. Thank you for supporting us on YouTube. Subscribe to the show for sure. And also, if you just listen to us, if you'd like to just listen to the podcast, we're on all podcasting platforms, ladies and gentlemen, Apple, Spotify, all of that. If you do that, remember to subscribe to the show, rate and review. Do all of those things, man. It keeps going and it keeps the word out on the show. All right, fellas, how y'all feeling, man?
I'm good, bro. How you square now? I think you back on where you need to be?
I think so. You know what I mean? I'm getting old, brother.
I understand.
I'm getting old, man. I had the heebie-jeebie son seriously. I got all these different little ailments.
Bubble guts.
Yeah, I think I need to, do that thing that we talk about where a black man need to go like to the doctor, like
detox.
Just
Be
accountable.
And more honey.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And more honey and all of that. Yeah, just shouts out to raw honey and all that.
There you go.
All right, couple things to get to before we get to our main topic of the day. Some news happened last week that I can't lie, made me very happy.
I know it did.
You know where I'm going.
I know it did.
Made me very happy. Okay. We put out a clip from this show where I said something about what I'm about to bring up. And a lot of you, were caping for a dude that you should not be caping for. And a lot of you were wrong. It's been proven in court.
Court of law.
You was wrong. Smile the camera too. You were wrong.
You dead wrong.
You're dead wrong. Something a real hip-hop artist said.
Right.
All right. The
Gather
defamation
yourself.
case by Drake against UMG, which is really, I'm mad at Kendrick for making Not Like Us and beating me in a rap battle lawsuit, has been dropped.
Thrown out.
Over. And I'm happy about this for a number of reasons. We're going to talk about this for a second.
No, being dropped and thrown out is two different things.
Man, don't you do what you about to do.
Hey,
it's done.
Let him do it, man.
He about
Hold on.
See, he gonna do this smooth thing.
I gotta hear it.
No, it's important.
I don't want to hear it. No. I don't want to hear it yet.
All right.
I don't want to hear it yet. Let me say what I gotta say, and then you can tell.
Then he can rebut.
You can get all in between.
You know what I'm saying?
Crevices.
Yeah. He can swing through the jungle.
Yeah, he can swing through the jungle, pause, all that, right? No, let me tell you why this is good, though. Real talk. Because it's finally over, meaning the battle is finally over. And it's not about, oh, it's over and it's great because Kendrick won. I don't even know why I did this. Kendrick won. It's not that. It's that it's finally over. This thing was great. It's probably the most fun I've had with hip hop in a very long time. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows, in all full transparency, I'm a huge Kendrick Lamar fan. I was not like a Drake hater, but out of this, I became a Drake hater. I'm just going to be real with you. Mm-hmm. I don't like how he conducted himself throughout the battle. I don't like it's like levels to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
First level is the way you battle, I don't necessarily like. Mm-hmm. You like to go at people's families a lot. You like to bring up people's wives a lot. Okay, that's not enough for me to like dislike you as a human and not want to listen to your music anymore. It's just like, I don't think the way you battle is kind of lame and whack to me, but fine. Okay. Then it was, after Not Like Us, it was, oh man, you doing too much. See, I'm about to go to the Bahamas and you tripping when you wanted this battle, right? So you take your ball, go home. I can live with that. That's fine. That is not a reason to dislike Drake on a real level. You know what I mean? It just means, you're not necessarily the type of MC that I'm down with. Mm-hmm. But then everything that came after Not Like Us, and what was the joint he made? The Heart part. I'm talking about the Drake Heart part 6 or 7, whatever it's called.
Right.
He was Malcolm.
Oh shit.
Everything that came after remember the battle officially ended with a Drake song.
Right.
Yeah. After Not Like Us, see, people forget. After Not Like Us, Drake made another song.
When he bowed out.
And he basically was bowing out, but he was basically saying, like, you still hit your wife, you still do. So he was still going.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Everything that happened after that, continuously dropping. So this whole Drake ain't been around. The man done dropped like 30 songs since the end of the battle. Real live. He got like 2 albums. Mm-hmm. Okay. Dropping songs, throwing little hints, throwing jabs at LeBron James and DeMar DeRozan, showing up at a Toronto Raptor game.
The tattoo covered up.
Bro, showing up at a Toronto Raptor game with his man sitting on courtside and staring DeMar DeRozan down.
That's crazy.
Right.
Trying to intimidate DeMar DeRozan.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah.
Either way, even if DeMar DeRozan wasn't what we know he is, right? Dude from LA with ties. Mm-hmm. This is an NBA basketball player. You're sitting in your $100 million seats on the sideline, staring him down like you're going to do something, not going to do nothing. This has all been.
He might throw a bottle.
I'm going to stop there because obviously the lawsuit was the biggest thing. I'm not going to walk through every single thing.
Right.
The thing that I just came out of it looking at Cuz way different. And if there was one person that would not end the battle, and a lot of people would go, well, damn, Kendrick went on tour and Kendrick made an album and Kendrick did the Super Bowl. Okay. Half of the songs at the Super Bowl, he did one song about Drake at the Super Bowl. He went on tour because he had an album coming out. What I'm trying to say is a lot of people on the Drake side were saying Kendrick won't, he won't end the battle. But it was Drake that wouldn't end the battle. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. It took it as far as you can humanly possibly taking it without it going like real left. And I'll give him credit for not bamming out and like trying to take it like the street route. I'll give him that credit. Okay. I'm just glad this is over because it went from something that was like really healthy for hip hop and dope for hip hop to something that was like, at what point are we it's like almost 2 years later. At what point is this over?
Right.
What point do you just take your L and move on like every other,
like everybody else has
in the history of MCing has ever done, for better or worse. Mm-hmm. Okay. So besides my feelings for Drake as an artist, I am happy that this is like an official bookend. Kendrick's like in Mexico doing the tour right now. So you're not seeing like the GNX clips, every night it was like, oh, he in Canada doing this. Oh, he in Houston doing it. That's done. he probably gonna go sit down somewhere like he does,
Right.
cool his heels.
It's like a 6-year hiatus.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? One of my least favorite things about him.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the artistry. I'm just happy that this is done. And it gave a spark to hip hop. We wouldn't have the Joey Badass thing and all that. Even with Nicki and all them. We can actually talk about Nicki and Cardi if y'all want for a few minutes. You know, I'm just glad that it's over. You know what I'm saying? I know you had some. Well, whoever want to jump.
I was gonna say I don't think it's over. I mean,
Here we go.
so there's a difference between
Contrary.
no, I mean, and there's no panda. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that, you know what I mean? Like, there's a difference between a court case being dismissed by legal authorities and a difference between a lawsuit being dropped.
They didn't drop the lawsuit. It was dismissed.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. There's a difference between those words.
Yeah.
Right.
Frivolous lawsuit.
They also said they're going to appeal, which means
Frivolously.
That's fair. I'm just saying.
But
But that means that it's still going to keep going. Like, at least that corny part of it, right? In my mind, the battle is very segmented. The music was the music. When Drake went to start doing his other thing, that was completely different. But for me, the stamp of the battle was already stamped, right? So this is something bigger than hip hop that Drake's fighting right now.
Okay.
You still believe that?
Okay, listen. Okay,
I mean,
now that he said that.
Because
And Adam, you know. Go ahead.
I feel like only certain artists really go as far as they do if they feel like they have either the backing, the knowledge, or the funding to do it.
Hold that thought. Paul, I got you. I promise. I got you. A good friend of mine throughout the battle, we would have like post-game discussions about it. Right? It was a great time. Me and my boy, shouts to my boy Shannon. We would talk every day about it. It was just like, you know, great conversation, you know, hip hop, whatever. And he was not a pro Drake person by any means, by the way. But one thing he kept saying was he kept giving Drake the benefit of the doubt of being smart. And all I've learned about Cuz is that he is not.
That was pretty simple.
Everything he's done has been a mistake. Everything. I could make the argument that if he would have, after Not Like Us, the song he put out after Not Like Us, and this is to your point, okay? The song he put out after Not Like Us actually hurt him worse. He actually has bars in it that was like, if I was dealing with young girls, I would have been caught. It would have been caught me. Yeah. Like, they got like a whole animated video. By the way, if y'all at home, you should look at like the animated version of Drake's comeback. It's hilarious. It actually hurt him more. Okay. If he would have chilled out and took the advice of almost everybody, people that desperately wanted him to come back, everybody was saying the same. Take a break for a minute and then come back with a joint for the one piece of the fan base that is still there for you, which is the brunch crowd. Okay, Nas and them
want to party and have a good time.
All they want to do
the brunch
is get
Target.
dressed up.
You know what I'm saying?
Go to the, and this ain't no disrespect to them, obviously.
Right.
There's a segment of people that did not care about like the battle. They would have loved it if he won because they loved it when he beat Meek Mill, right?
Right.
But they just want to go to brunch, put on their nice clothes. If girls want to get pretty, they want to be on a boat. They want to party. They just want to listen. I'll make it real quick. So what I'm saying is that everything about this lawsuit, from every legal expert, from everybody that was like just non-biased, just like, I'm just looking at this thing and judging it for what it is. This is not going to work. There's nothing there. So when I hear, and I keep hearing from certain podcasters, not you, my brother, even though you said it, but other podcasters and other people that keep going, yo, y'all just don't get it. To me, I think we just want him because he's successful. And because he's successful, we give them like, and these aren't your words, but we give them like the genius moniker. Like, he got to be smarter than me because he made a lot of money. Right. And he makes hit songs. And I've seen stupid people be rich all the time and make horrific, dumb mistakes and slip and fall into mobility just because of the access and the people they have around them.
Right.
We got a president that is like that.
100%.
Okay, so I don't think that this is bigger than hip hop. I think this is him latching on to something. And if he appeals, my God.
He's even cornier. Like, shout out to my brother, Rick Sean. You know, I always bring you up.
Rick.
You're my resident, point man when it comes to Drake. Cause he does what you do. He goes into the whole, see what you got to understand, bro. That's how you sound. That's how your voice sounds. Right. Just to let you know.
That is it. Yeah. Spot on, son.
That's hilarious.
He goes, what you got to understand is, and he says that too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's bigger than just hip hop. Mm-hmm. What it is, it's the machine behind things. Yeah. And what I'm saying is, it's done, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's done. Like they literally said it was a battle for entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Like a court of law had to break down what we've known since we were 11.
Mm-hmm.
So he went there and he did all these things. You know what I'm saying? He went for the last straw that he go for. All right, let me take legal action in this battle of hip hop because this man said a little too much about me and hurt my feelings.
That he asked him to say.
And had a guy making up beats about. First off, I told Obama to go make a beat, and he did, and it made people make fun of me for about 2.5 months straight.
How dare you do what I asked you to do?
You know what I'm saying? So like, I think it was a good nail in what I think is a nail in the coffin. I know you're going to disagree, Smooth. What I think is a nail in the coffin because
Smooth got a job.
Right. and he does it well.
He does it really well.
Thank you.
Can't do the show without you.
What I think is, I mean, just because like they spelled it out, bro. Like the highest court. Maybe not the highest court. I don't know if they've gone to the Supreme. I don't want you to get at me. Yeah. I don't know if they've gone to the Supreme Court yet.
Oh, man.
They haven't gone to the UK yet. But for the most part, they're saying it's done, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and it's legally done also. Aside from what we thought in our opinions and our minds and in the court of public opinion,
right?
I think they're saying, all right, bro, we done with this.
And it should be done is really what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
It should be done. If I'm
I agree.
Like, whoever Baca or whoever is like his best like friend, whoever, that was shame. But whoever his people are, Wayne, Nick,
Baca got a case now.
Baca got a weird, and he did, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think Nikki is in there to give anybody any advice.
That line, the certified part was about Baca,
right?
But I don't know Baca, so whatever.
Right.
No, but to whoever his people are, and I mean this genuine, no shade. If I were his people, if it were one of y'all doing this, I would pull y'all to the side and go, listen, bro, it's time. It's time. Right. You can still have, like, there's no way Drake disappears from, or even the songs they were putting out, like, they were still, like, number 2, number 3 on the Billboard. Like, they may not have, like, a lot of legs, but that's okay. Like, he's not, I think the tough thing that his fan base, and I'm assuming him, the reality that they have to kind of face, which I wouldn't want to face this reality either, if I'm being honest, right? Like, if we got into, like, a podcast beef,
right,
and for some way, the beef that we had with the other podcasters damaged our brand and set us back a bit, I'd be devastated about that. Yeah. I wouldn't want to just live with that. I wouldn't want to just be like, I guess we just making less money now and a little less popular, but
oh well.
You know what I mean? I get it.
Shit happens.
No, I'm saying that we bodied them niggas though. Like, that's what we're here for. What are we talking about?
We're certainly here to body. We never will. We never will.
Nah, but just to put a button on what I'm trying to say here, it's just I think that it's okay at some point. Yeah, Drake was probably going to fall off a bit anyway. I think the battle was just like inevitable. Like it was like literally like nature. You know what I'm saying? It really started with the Pusha T thing. It actually, he never, if you really think about it, even if you look at like the Billboard numbers and like the sales and all that,
right?
His sales were dipping a bit after the Pusha T thing. After I think the whatever the album was before All My Dogs or For My Dogs.
Thank You, Never Mind.
Maybe I don't know.
Or Never Mind, Thanks, something like that.
Maybe
it was like a dance. It was like a dance album.
Dance hall joint. People were already kind of souring, especially like in the hip hop space. We're already kind of souring on Drake. I think some of this was going to happen regardless, and I think you could say that for Ja Rule or any other like artist that got like knocked down. I'm coming right to you, P. I'm just gonna finish this real quick. I think that there's still a life in hip hop for Drake. He's making it harder for himself by doing all of this.
Right.
And so if he could just take a breath and take a step back, and really, if he could find a way, I don't know what this Iceman album is going to be like. Everything that's been coming out for Iceman.
Those visuals ain't been on point. I can tell you that.
You know why? And this is my last part. My last point. You know why? Because everything he's doing is throwing shade.
Oh man, I can
real talk. Everything the Iceman thing, he's got the little Pinocchio running around looking like Kendrick. His nose grows every episode. He's got shots. Real talk. He's got like an actual Pinocchio character that looks like Kendrick Lamar. And his nose gets like bigger each time. So it's like you're building up to this. I'm about to expose. Bro, your fans don't want it. Maybe Aiden Ross and Ack and them want it. But I'm telling you, shorty that just want to go to brunch and feel good and dance, or homie that used to listen to you back in the day because he related to you because you made like breakup music and all that, they don't want to hear that.
But I think that's my point, though. Like,
they want to hear Kiki.
Right, but that's not necessarily hip hop. That's just music. So,
you just took me there. I love it. I love when you do this.
Huh? I'm just saying.
Piece.
So,
please, yeah.
If him stepping outside bounds of hip hop would affect his bottom line, why would I not want to get ahead of something before? Like it could be a slippery slope, right?
Yes.
And so, like, why not get ahead of it or address it prior to? Because it's like his numbers and his billboards. I don't think he's bigger than hip hop, but his brand may be bigger than the genre.
He's a pop star,
right? That's what I'm saying. So, like, trying to say face for the masses and not just hip hop, for me, is I separate those two different things.
Right.
Because hip hop is probably going to maybe be a little more, maybe not be as forgiving. But when you got the masses, you got to stay in the graces of the people.
I'm glad that hopefully, prayerfully, it's over also, because I don't think Cuz is doing himself any favors, because for the people that are his fans, the same way that there are rousing Ja Rule fans to this day that will go to a show, that will like have never dropped off from it. The same way, like, I think to continue this, he'll do those people that were like on the fence a disservice.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, man, like for me, I've never been a overt fan. I've never, I was always like blah with Cuz. You know what I'm saying? But like for the people that were that way, and you continue, and the people that are more invested in hip hop as a lifestyle, as something that truthfully means something to them to the core.
Yeah.
Then you completely lost them. Like 100% lost them. And I don't know if you care about that for your bottom line resolve, but the thing is, if that's the case, I think it's like the hamster wheel running in place if you continue to do this and can completely keep losing people. So how is that helping you?
That's fair. Well, yeah, that's fair. I'll I will concede.
This nigga loves Drake.
I don't.
He got one lined up already.
I'm just saying.
He got one lined up in his head already.
Is Jay-Z in the same lane?
Huh?
Like, is Jay-Z bigger than hip hop? Would some of his moves maybe be bigger than hip hop?
So no, but I don't think that's what we.
No, I know.
I guess we'll wrap up. We'll wrap up. But I mean,
but he still stays in line with hip hop.
Yeah, Jay-Z is a hip hop artist. Like,
of course.
The reason why we say Drake isn't necessarily a hip hop artist, because he quite literally makes different songs in different genres, and some of those songs are light years bigger than his actual hip hop songs. And a lot of the people that are into Drake, and the reason why people think Drake can bounce back is because he can go make a soca album. He can go make an R&B album.
Right.
Fine. Kendrick Lamar is not going to make a R&B album. Nas is not going to make an R&B album. Jay-Z is not going to make an R&B album.
Right.
Wayne is not going to make an R&B album. I go on and on. Some people are hip-hop artists. So when I said Drake is not hip-hop, I'm meaning by definition of his music, he doesn't exclusive, just like, and I'll ask, just like ask my sister, I'm going to wrap up because our producer LT is telling us to
getting
hurry
upset.
Okay, and he's getting mad at us.
He's upset.
You know what I'm saying? He's getting mad. Okay, so we're going to hurry up. But I asked my sister this, and my sister Zoe, I think made the best point on this, and we can discuss this later on Patreon for real live. We could, I said, Zoe, do you consider Doja Cat hip hop? She said no. I said, but Doja Cat be spitting. Doja Cat
she
got
rapping.
plenty of like straight like rap songs. Like she
Right.
nice. You know what I'm saying? But people understand that Doja Cat, because hip hop has become the America's popular form of music. So same way Michael Jackson would make like rock music sometimes, but he was clearly an R&B artist. Like, you know what I mean?
Pop
But
artist,
because the dominating music in the sphere was rock and roll music, so everybody kind of had to intertwine rock into their music at the time, right?
Right.
People understand that like hip hop is in the hip hop sound is like the dominating sound of this era. So if you're a Doja Cat or someone like her, or what's the joint to play the flute? Lizzo, right? If you're a Lizzo or someone like that, you're gonna have like some. If you what's my other boy name from Silk Sonic
Anderson .Paak.
Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
Anderson .Paak can spit.
He can.
But other people understand that Anderson .Paak is one of those hybrid artists.
Yeah.
The only person we haven't done this for is Drake. Because for some reason people need, and you know why? Because Drake muddies the lines.
Yeah.
And this is why I say he's not hip hop, because he muddies the lines. He plays a little bit. Sometimes he want to be a goon. Sometimes he understands what he is. So I'm saying that's okay. And I've always thought that was okay about him. He needs to understand that that's okay. The hip hop part of it, you didn't quite understand the rules of it. It worked one time for you. You got Meek Mill. You did not get Pusha T. You played and blurred the lines. You worked outside the lines and you got hurt for it. And I won't, like I said, some of this we'll save for Patreon. But I just think that there is a future for Drake. But if he wants to have a future, and I'm talking about in all of the music, if he wants to have a future, he has to stop doing this. The court has told him it's the time to stop. It's time to stop. Okay? All right. You good, LT?
No.
All right, take us to our next topic, bro.
Oh, man.
Gotcha.
I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life.
We're going to talk about Aisha Curry and her recent comments in her latest interview, where she basically spoke on how she used to not want to be married or have a family or anything like, or have kids or anything like that. But people are kind of taking it out of context and thinking that she's saying that for now, that she has all this, that she's being ungrateful or something for it. But in reality, to me personally, I think that she just is saying like, this is how life plans can change. But that's what we're here to talk about.
For sure.
All right. So this is one of them landmines that we like to step on as MSR. Even the fact that we're doing this one without Nargis is a bit of a,
let's do it.
I imagine some people will go, well,
You know
what
saying?
a bunch of dudes sitting.
We're brave.
We're brave. We are brave.
We are.
We're mansplaining her feelings.
We're going to mansplain the hell out of this
Everything.
one.
Everything. Everybody shut up.
Yeah, and all y'all just shut up and let us tell you how you should feel. No, the reason why I thought this would be good, and I thought this would be good for us fellas, is because I think that it's important to have a male's perspective. And really, that's what this show is. You know, MSR is clearly a show that's majority men. We have a lot of male listeners, and we really want to occupy that space where some more nefarious and you know, actors and people with worse intentions kind of fill up, right? So there's a lot of people out there that just going to tell you that Aisha Curry needs to shut up, get back in the kitchen, and appreciate her rich husband.
Get back in the kitchen.
Okay.
That's MSR. That's MSR radio for y'all people.
Yeah, that's it.
Male Spectrum Radio.
Listen, that's
Hey,
the
go
episode.
ahead.
Thank you for listening.
Male
You're
Spectrum.
right. We
But
done.
there's a lot of people that's going to say that, and a lot of people are just going to be really dismissive of her comments. You know, I don't necessarily think that's the way to go about it, and I think there's a lot more to it. And so we're gonna get into it. Pete, you know, just kind of share your thoughts on what happened with
Firstly,
Mrs. Curry.
I'm happy that I watch the entire episode.
Yeah.
Like I watched the full interview because what the internet would do and what people will do. I understand that everybody has to get their think piece in. I understand that everybody's trying to get their numbers. I'm like, I get it. Yeah. But what the internet did and what certain people did with that, because if you listen to the full interview in context, it's not as egregious as the people were making it seem.
Right. Which is always the case.
Me watching the full interview, I got a sense of a woman who in truth is a bit awkward.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Someone that was thrust into a spot like she's noted by, you know, her speaking herself was, you know, she and Stephen were churchy. You know what I'm saying? She was real churchy up until 17, and then she's just in LA.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In LA, pursuing acting and all those things, something that her parents actually got her into, but something that she loved nonetheless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with that, like I said, I think sometimes she could use a bit more tempering just in knowing that even with being as forthright as you're being, because you have the right to be forthright, you have the right to speak on any and everything that you would like to. Just know that there are consequences to certain things for your husband in this arena where he plays sports.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Where the three of us can attest to a couple years ago back in the day when between Carmelo Anthony and Kevin Garnett, they were really going to be in a really, really bad physical altercation because KG said something about that man's wife.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? On the floor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think this situation was as bad as people were talking about. She goes out of her way to embarrass her husband. She does this, that, and the third. Now, I know there have been other instances that have led people to say these things. The fake taking off of the ring on The View and all of those things. Like those things aren't always a great look. But I don't think she is as nefarious as people are making her out to be.
Smooth.
I agree. I think, but it make the perception of them look fragile.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest threat.
Right.
Right. It's one of those issues of, oh, well, she's not happy. Well, he's not happy.
Mm-hmm.
He's more vulnerable. She's more vulnerable. Right? And now you start bringing in other energies potentially because of what is showing, you know, on the screen. Now, I mean, again, we don't know their business. We don't know what's going on in their household, and that's their household. But just from the perspective of the way sometimes how she comes across, it's like, well, what do you want us to take from this?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then so it just makes this spectacle much more bigger than what it needs to be. And so I don't know if she's trolling. I don't know if she's, you know, just having fun.
Did you watch the whole interview?
No.
Yeah. So if you like, I didn't, and I'm just saying that from watching the interview, I didn't get a sense of trolling. Like when I say,
I mean, just in general,
like say it again.
I mean, just in general, when she speaks in general,
right.
It's just like another thing. Like, damn, Slim, did you think about that before you said it? You know, or did you think about this, or did you think about that? Because this isn't the first time,
right?
She's had these comments. So, you know, but I'm gonna let you get to your point. But for me, this isn't the first time. So that's why I was wondering, is it like a troll? Is it like this is just like a character that she's kind of doing outwardly? Or is she really just stepping in the mud every time she steps out the house?
That's a excellent point. Excellent point. Because you said something is their household, and the first thing that popped in my mind is it's not your household when you're telling everybody about it.
Right.
A lot of times when we talk about people that talk about their marriage, and specific women that talk about their marriage, we always jump to that's their business. That's it. But it's not when you telling everybody's business.
Right.
So, you know, my first thought is no matter what your intentions are, you're right. So it's not I think that people are isolating this particular comment and not realizing that people are reacting to every comment she's made about her marriage and her children since we've known who she is.
Right.
All right. I just want to get these parts out of the way.
Yeah.
So as a married man, the advice I would give her is protecting your marriage and your household comes first. even over giving great advice.
Mm-hmm.
I could sit here and give all sorts of scenarios and tell all sorts of stories, and they would be good food for the audience. They would.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people would go, wow, Adam told this is, obviously making this up. Adam told this really great story about this argument he got into with his wife and how she was tripping and how he navigated through that and how they better. Yeah, but he learned, and I learned from it, and everybody at home will learn. But then when I go home and my wife is like,
What's up with you, bro?
Right, exactly.
This. I wasn't there to tell to give
my
the other side to this. Yeah, it's great all the dudes at home are feeling it and relating to it and this, that, and another. But at the end of the day, how do I look? Now, we don't know how Steph feels. We can make the assumption that Steph is cool. And that's great. So to get past like the obvious,
and he's made a statement like that before because he said something to Killer Mike about talking about the situation.
Yeah. But see now, so the Killer Mike thing, I'm glad you brought that up, and I'll put but yeah, I'm glad you brought the Killer Mike thing up because Killer Mike has some critiques, and I think this is even before the Call Her Daddy interview. It might have been something she said before. Either way, Killer Mike made a comment about like, damn, I'm paraphrasing real hard, but basically, damn, I feel bad for Steph and this, that, and another. And Steph basically told him like, bro, don't feel bad for me. And by the way, I would like for you to not do this. It's all paraphrasing. You can go see this stuff. And that's what he should do. Honestly, that's what he should do as a man and as a husband, because he has to protect his household and he has to protect his marriage. And that is number one. If y'all don't listen to nothing else I ever tell you again, protecting your household and your marriage is the number one thing you should be doing.
It's paramount.
It no matter how tempting the content feels. All right. Now, to her. Paul's right. When you get past all of that, and that's just the advice I would give her, just so the next time she's on air, keep in mind, and she probably knows this already because she's caught heat every time she's talked, right?
Right.
So hopefully she's keeping in mind that, you know what, I'm going to talk, and people are going to already talk to Steph about it. Steph cool. He's glad I'm doing my own thing. He supports it, whatever. The heat don't matter, right? The heat don't matter. Cool. All right. So if you're going to go there, then fine. Once we get past that, we realize what she's saying is less about Steph Curry and more about finding individualism within your marriage. And that is what I would like. I think is the more important,
a broader conversation
topic. Okay. We could shit on Aisha Curry all day or agree with her all day. But that little conversation about, man, I was born and I had my own vision for my own life. And my life is now different because life was lifing. How do and I'm married to a celebrity man, one of the most famous and prolific basketball players to ever walk earth. Yeah. Man's like a magician. Like every time you see Steph Curry, he's doing something dope. Right? How do I still maintain my individualism outside of being Steph Curry's wife
and these children's mom,
the mother of his children? And I understand that. On an extreme smaller scale, I get it. When I first got married, it was, a year before. Actually, I got married during the pandemic. When I first got engaged and really got serious, it was right before the pandemic. I was not hanging with y'all as much. I was not seeing. I would see LT at the shopping center once in the blue moon. We would just run into each other. I would talk to Paul all the time. Me and you had kind of not had been talking as much as we used to. I wasn't seeing my friends, my day ones at all. Honestly, the friend group that I kind of took in was her friend group. So a lot of times I was just kind of seen as Jen's husband. And then later on, Makai's stepdad and August's dad. And that was my life for a long time. And sometimes, because as a human, individualism is just innate. It's just you can't, it's just a natural part of you. sometimes you sit and you feel like, damn, you know, like, where am I in this?
Right.
Like,
what's my identification?
What's my identification? And I understand that. And it's important that you find that. And it goes the same for her, by the way. And by the way, the thing about this, me and LT talked about this off, and Ox, we talked about this off camera, and a great point that was made was that whenever Beyonce comes up to Jay-Z, I think Jay-Z does a smart thing. He goes, B's not here. You have to ask her about that. Ask her how she feels about that. I can't. So I cannot speak for my wife. I can make assumptions and think that, sure, she needs her individualism as well. My wife is in a sorority. My wife has like friends and stuff. And real quick, and then I'll pass it on to whoever wants to jump in. I spoke about admiring women, and specific Black women, on the show a while back, and how they have like all these organizations and stuff, and
platforms,
things that they do. I even admire, just like, again, my wife, her homegirls come over like once a week and they have mommy night out and they just gab it up.
Right.
So what does that do? I could do one or two things. I get jealous of it.
Yeah.
Right. I can get jealous of it. I could try to interrupt it. I could try to disrupt it because I don't have that. And that's not what Aisha Curry's doing, obviously. This is
Right.
Curry. Or I could say, man, my wife has found a way to still have a life, not outside of our marriage, but just like have individualism and joy. How can I find that too? How can I learn from her, right? And go and do things that make me feel, so I don't bring resentment home into my household. I'm not, because I'm not feeling fulfilled in a way that she could never fulfill. The bond I get from y'all,
right?
Just being in the studio today, the laughter and the chilling and the, you know what I mean? That's not something that I should be even expecting from her. Right? I should not. So I just think that this is what I learned from Aisha Curry, watching the entire thing, Paul, is, yes, she's just talking about having her own identity, and all she's ever really talking about is having her own identity outside of being Mrs. Stephen Curry, the mother of famous NBA basketball players' children.
Right.
And I think that's important. The important thing for men to recognize, and then men can start having like a real conversation about some emptiness we may or may not feel inside of ourselves. Go ahead, P.
I think ultimately, like, we can talk about the case specifics of what she was talking about, but I think something that we're talking about is just bringing a larger conversation to the forefront for everyone, for both men and for women. Like, the world has taught us that Black men are absent in their kids' lives, and they've taught us that, you know, that we don't participate in a certain rate and all that. But in fact, that's not even true.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I think that, like, we can take from this is just that obviously everyone needs to be validated. But I think for Black men and Black women, I think we have to begin to consciously make an effort of not regurgitating these same old thought processes and these same old conversations, because they're non-productive. Like it doesn't have to be an overt battle for us. Like, and I can only speak from certain elements of experience. Like, I was married at 21 years old, and Anton's mother at the time was, 19 going on 20. So there are certain things that we're really young, but we're parents and all these things. And so I would think about that. I would think, well, it's certain things that I don't want for her. Like, I did those old stupid looking maternity clothes and all those things. She's still a young lady woman, you know what I'm saying? So I got to go get her some Nike tracksuits. Go get it, to make her like herself.
Yeah, dope. That's what we done.
To make her feel like herself still. Like, you haven't.
Like,
we are in fact parents, and we are in fact young, and we are in college and all those things, but it doesn't mean that this is impossible for us to do. And I think that when we start incorporating that conversation more, and us both bigging one another up, if even with those slights where we may feel it as Black men, and voice those things, and then try to come up for a way that we can, like I said, that we can together build a better conversation. Because sometimes we get tired of hearing things that we know aren't true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that from this, we can just have a better convo and just try to be conscious of that and how we speak about one another.
Real quick, I want to jump to a clip from the Native Land podcast. Shouts to Native Land, by the way. Shouts to my man Bacardi Sellers, man.
100.
That's my dude right there. He's joining the Native Land podcast. We're happy for you, brother. But they had a really good conversation. It's outside of, I don't even think they were even talking about Aisha Curry, honestly. It was like bonus footage. But they were talking about like something we are familiar with on this pod, the quote unquote war between black men and women. And I thought it was a really good, vulnerable moment between the gentlemen on the show, specifically Andrew, that made a really good point. So I'm gonna run the clip of Andrew, and I encourage you to watch the entire clip when you get the opportunity real quick.
I think it's exhausting.
And I also think it is self-fulfilling.
You said that. So
I just
in
don't know what that
transparency for
means.
our viewers, Andrew did not want to talk about this, but I didn't understand what you were saying when you were saying self-fulfilling, like what that means.
I think for some reason it is said enough from black women, that a man is reacting the way he's reacting in response to the black woman. And sometimes a man is reacting the way he's acting with no consideration for the black woman. And that their feelings can be justified, can be real, can be hard come by without them being in contrast to your celebration. I don't experience that. I just personally do not experience a rejection of any black woman in my life because of her success. I think it is more complex and more nuanced. And although it may make some feel good to believe that there's an army of men who are organized exclusively against black women, I don't find that to be the case.
Okay, so that was I really appreciated that, because I think our purpose in this is that as men, like the women are going to have their conversation, and they've been having that conversation. And I think the full stop on Aisha Curry is that she's speaking for women. There are things that happen with women inside of marriage, inside of motherhood, that men cannot relate to. Body changes, health changes, identity things that men should not even, it's okay to have the conversation with women, but don't try to act like you understand it and where she's coming from. So
Mansplaining.
Yeah, you mansplaining. She's on a women's platform speaking to women, and women have come out in defense of Aisha Curry to help us understand what we don't understand. But I think the conversation about marriage and the relationship between men and women is something that men need to participate in more when speaking to men. So, when you come to that clip, T, I know you had some thoughts about it earlier. Like, just kind of share what you thought about what they had to say.
So, the dude Andrew, like, he made some very, I appreciate his point that he made. Like the way he spoke about how his personal experience of whenever he has these types of conversations with the women in his life, he doesn't get that type of rejection that other guys, I guess, are getting. You know what I'm saying? So he spoke from that, saying that I don't experience that. So I guess he was able to step back and kind of like get that feedback from the women and not take it personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like, I think it was the end of his comment where he said, like, when she asked him, how do we fix this, or how do we change things? And he said, we got to stop taking things personally. We got to stop putting negative connotations on the things that are said. So basically, like with Aisha Curry, like when she said that, like she didn't want to have kids or she didn't want to be married, it's more of a past her is what she's saying. Like, but I picked up on that even just by the way she said it. I think some people hear like I didn't want to, and her I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of actually hearing every word, they're hearing like blanked out like certain parts of a word. You know what I'm saying? Like I think we do take things a little too personal and too negative.
Right.
And that's something that we really got to stop doing. But I do agree that there are some places, like in the interview on Native Talk, they said that sometimes when men respond to some of the things that women are saying, it's not even that they themselves are speaking towards like, oh, you said this. So it was more so like they're just speaking from their feelings more than anything.
In general.
It's nothing personal when a man says certain things about, like, even what we're saying now.
Yeah.
We're not personally trying to attack Aisha Curry or any woman. You know what I'm saying? it's just a thing of like, this is the way we felt. Like you just spoke about your marriage. That's personal experience. That's how you felt. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like all of you Black women, but trust me, we would never say nothing like
the Cosby
that.
boys.
But
yeah, there was a Cosby.
I love that.
Yeah, he definitely went to Cosby.
But I had to put that. I had to
That's
make sure
funny.
to put that out there. But I really appreciated the two men speaking upon that in that way, because that's kind of how I felt about things.
Yeah,
So-
real fast. I'm just wanting real quick because I think that I'm glad you went to that point, T. Because he initially didn't want to speak in that clip, and he was actually challenged to speak, and he was saying that like when he finally made his point, T made a lot of his points. I won't regurgitate what T just said, but he made it a point to say that our conversations amongst men are not a reflection of how women feel. And I think that's what we have to get away from, right? What I just talked about has nothing to do with my wife at all. My wife has nothing to do. She's done nothing wrong. She's not making me feel any way or anything like that. It was things that I have to find inside myself, and I have to be able to talk to people that can understand, like my fellas, and be able to have, community with them.
Yeah.
And so Black men have to be able to, I think that's been the mistake, Smooth, is that when we talk about gender wars or civil war, or whatever, however you want to frame it, it's always Black women aren't doing this, so therefore I can't do that. Or Black men aren't doing this, therefore I can't do that. And I think women, for the most part, and there's still people that, like to egg stuff up or whatever, have kind of found a way to just deal with themselves and be in celebration of Black women. And I know there are Black men that do it, but not on as large of a scale. And I think that if we do it, sometimes it's seen as we're doing it in reaction to them, or it got something to do with them, or sometimes we are just sitting around talking about dating or how to dominate women and things like that. It's more red pill shit. But I think that what he was bringing up was that if I'm feeling away, or if I'm doing this, or if I'm doing that, they were speaking politically as well. It's not because of Black women. It's because we're saying as Black men, this is what we need, or this is what we need to do better, or this is what we need to amplify. Go for it, bro.
I think this is why sometimes I don't like that we all talk in the same room. I feel like there's certain conversations for certain ears, right?
Yeah.
And so it doesn't become misconstrued when you're having these conversations in public. It's like, oh, Black man or Black women can't do anything right. It's like, no, it's not the case. We're just but people are just expressing what this may look like to them. I mean, we are in the age of Mr. Steal Your Girl. I mean, I guess we always have been, but Mr. Steal Your Girl, she's mine. So if this woman is speaking about her vulnerabilities, we don't know she's maybe talking about historic stuff. She still may be feeling this way. Because she also said, and again, I only saw a few clips, but that like Steph doesn't understand her. So that just opens up Pandora's box for viewers looking in, not necessarily them. And I think for some men, it's like, yo, what are you doing?
Why do that?
Right. Like now you could be creating a space for people to come and disrespect you, disrespect me, and disrespect us because it's not being perceived well. And so if women understood what she was saying, that should be a conversation with women. Right. Whereas though men, I mean, we all have a right to hear things, right?
Yeah.
Right. But I just think that there's certain messages that aren't for certain people.
Yo, I like what you said there, because it leads us down back into the conversation about men and why men should be having conversations with men, and why I think spaces where the conversation is directed to men are important, right? Because let's not lie here. There are dudes that listen to that, and let's just be very honest. There are men who are not married or in relationships or whatever, right? Or could be unhappy in their own, that look at that and go, well, damn, if Steph Curry can't make his wife happy and she's disappointed with him, then who could ever make any woman happy? Right. And I'm saying that's a terrible way to look at it. But I understand
it's
why you may
understandable.
look at it, right? I get it. I get why you may go, because you're thinking that women only value a certain things.
Space,
And, yeah, because Steph Curry can provide her with a financially free life, and she could travel the world and this, that, and other. That, to put it very meanly, you should shut up and just, you know what I mean?
Dribble.
Yeah, baby crying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or
do your business.
You know what I'm saying?
What time? Check the check the clock on the stove.
I don't hear no pots
Right,
pans clanging
right.
in that kitchen.
I don't smell nothing.
You don't smell nothing. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? So
Leave me some sex.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
Make me a sandwich.
you behind schedule on the sex
Right.
now. I'm on the bed by noon. The game coming up. Monday Night Football.
This is terrible.
Okay?
That's
I'm just
hilarious.
saying, but that's how some dudes are going, how they look at things. So we could take that
Mm-hmm.
that percentage of men and put them to the side and
Yep.
go, they, you know, maybe we can help them, but we're not going to deal with them.
Right, right.
What I am going to deal with is a guy that goes, man, Steph Curry she can't even be happy with Steph Curry. Or when Michelle Obama started her podcast recently, and she expressed that her and Barack Obama's marriage is not perfect and that she likes individualism. And there were people going, damn, if Barack Obama
That nigga's trash, yeah.
can't make
Right.
Michelle Obama happy, then what am I? That's what it goes down to. What am I then? How can I'm not Barack Obama.
Mhm.
I'm not Steph Curry. I'm
Right.
just a goddamn dude that work at wherever.
KFC.
KFC making the try
The
biscuit.
biscuit,
KFC.
Right. Making horrible
We're not
biscuits.
going back to this debate.
Making horrible
Great
biscuits.
biscuit debate.
The biscuits will stay at it.
I'm just a horrible biscuit
This
maker.
is a bad
Hey,
biscuit maker.
biscuit tasting a review will be coming out soon.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
live on Patreon. We doing the baby.
We gotta get Bojangles.
Yeah, hey, listen. Hey, don't start this. Anyway, I'm about to see. No, but that person I feel like can serve and can really benefit from hearing married men and just men with different mindsets help him understand that you are not tied to your potential wife or your wife in that way.
Right.
One of the first things I learned is that I can't really make my wife happy.
Mm-hmm.
I could just add value to her life.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my job to make her happy. Her
No.
happiness is her own, right? So, one, if my wife comes to me and goes, I'm feeling unsatisfied in whatever way in our marriage, right? I'm not feeling this, I'm not feeling that. Or maybe it's not in our marriage, I just don't feel right. I listen to her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't take it personal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go, God
Figure
damn
out
it.
a way to
I'm
support.
working every fucking day and bringing on the blah, 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 and da, da. No, that's not the way to look at it. And a lot of the people that are saying this are people that are not. And no knock to anybody that's not married. That's not what I'm trying to say here. But
Right.
I'm just saying it's a lot of people that are right. Knock the LT, though. He needs to get married.
Right. Hey, shut
know
up,
what I'm
LT.
saying? Right.
I got a piece to say about that.
Shut up,
Yeah,
shut up,
we'll
LT.
get-
You have no voice in this
You have no
conversation.
voice there. You have no voice. Shut up and run the board. No, but seriously.
Baby crying.
Baby crying. Hey, baby crying.
The shot off.
Right.
Right. Yeah, okay. Light off. No, but seriously, I think that
Y'all sick.
there needs to be more spaces where men are just talking about like how you, like, cause your wife going to complain, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And women are going to talk to other women, and and you're going to hear things that you may not have. It may make you go, damn. Well, I thought she was just sitting pretty in here. I thought she was good. I thought everything was great. It's never going to always be great.
Right.
It's never going to always be great. It's
For anybody.
always, man.
Because we're human beings.
Listen, and life is life. man.
Yeah.
You can have it all set up, bro. You can have the greatest financial year of your life.
All of
Your
that.
kids could be making straight A's. Your everything that you could control can work out beautifully,
Mhm.
and then something will happen.
Mm-hmm.
You mess up on your taxes.
Mm-hmm.
The water main breaks.
Right.
Your parents get sick,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Somebody gets fired, or something. Or your wife just having bad days at work, and she come home and she talking about it all the time. Or you having a bad day at work, and you coming home and you talking about it all the time. It's never going to be perfect. So if you're going to talk about these things, one, you got to talk about them in a way that's very succinct and people understand. Not saying that she didn't do that, but you have to. Two, as men, like the gentleman on the Native Land podcast said, you have to understand that your emotions are not tied to your wife.
Mm-hmm.
So you shouldn't be doing things to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't be living to impress her, and you shouldn't be living to hopefully she's happy so you feel good.
Even though I would imagine this is tempting.
Very.
It's very
Right.
tempting, I would imagine.
very tempting. I'm coming to you, T, but it's very tempting. I'm glad you brought that up because it is the natural, and I think this is something that there are women that listen to the show that you can learn from us men on the stage. And LT in his dungeon.
Respectfully. His dungeon's hilarious.
His dungeon. But by the way, he's in the dungeon. I don't know if y'all realize that. Like,
what was your name from Silence of the Lambs? Was the lotion?
I'm in the hole. I'm in the hole right now, waiting for my lotion.
Yeah, he's down in the hole.
I'm down in the hole. That's why there's nothing but black behind.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yo, that's hilarious.
Secrets out.
It puts the podcast on them.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing about our podcast. We have a producer hole.
Right.
But no, anyway.
Purgatory.
Down into the hole so I could do my job.
Yeah. Shut up and do it. But no,
that's fair. That's fair.
By the way, if you're going to listen to this podcast, we're going to stop at an important point. And
yes, 100%.
No, but the temptation, and I think this is important for women to understand, because patriarchy and gender roles and social roles always are going to be there, and you can try your hardest to fight them. I know, Paul, you got a point that I know you want to make later about like kind of modernizing things. But that temptation is always going to be there, and there's always going to be some expectation of like you as a man playing a man's role. Y'all can lie to yourselves all y'all want. I'm telling you, she gonna want you to do some traditional male thing.
Of course, yeah.
And you're gonna want some traditional woman
or
things.
white things, yeah.
And one of those traditional male things that can become problematic is wanting to fix everything. And the main thing, I will say this, my wife will come to me with a problem and has come to me with problems in the past. And my first instinct is to give her advice and try to fix it. And she will get very upset with me. And I will go, how is she getting mad at me when I'm just trying to offer some, I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to help her. But you got to really look at yourself and ask yourself, why are you trying to just like fix this problem and get advice in the way? Because you don't feel like hearing it. And it's better for you. This is just for me.
Yeah.
Okay. It's better for you to, you're not really, in some cases, obviously I can't speak for every single case that's ever happened in every marriage in America, in the world. But in some cases, you're not necessarily listening to what she needs from you. You're her partner, and she may want some emotional support.
Right.
Instead, you're trying to offer logical support, and you know what I mean? And that's not necessarily what she needs. So, that temptation to fix, and that's just one small example, that temptation to fix everything is absolutely a real thing.
Right.
And it's a difficult thing to navigate because patriarchy tells me that I'm the man of the house and it's my job. And you know what else? Outside of women, to Bakari and Andrew's point, to take it outside of women, you make yourself sick, you overstress yourself.
Right.
When you have to fix and dominate everything in the house and everything is on your shoulders, everything on you because you the man. I got to make sure this is good. You start not telling your spouse stuff because y'all weren't worrying it, man. So I'm just going to take care of it. I don't want the kids worrying. I'm going to take care of it.
That's such a thin line.
Brother, listen to me.
I'm with you. I'm just saying it just seems such like a thin line.
You got to do what you got to do.
From identification to what your role is.
You got to do what you got to do. But if you have a stroke or die from a heart attack,
right,
or you coming home angry every single day because everything's on you, then it doesn't matter.
Right.
You can pay every bill, you can fix every problem. But if you're sick from it because you didn't stress yourself out, because you're not allowing your partner to be your partner.
Right.
You're not talking to your partner, you're not dealing, you're not opening to your partner because you're not allowing her to just be your partner, then you're going to have problems. I'm just telling you.
No,
I'm with you.
Yeah. I think it's a call of grace on both sides, on all the things that you brought up, right? Because when we as men and whatever partner that a person may have as people, but we're talking specifically between the male and female role. I think that
go ahead, man.
I think that that the same way that you talked about how we're wired, Because there are certain elements of science, there's certain elements, the provider, protector, and all those things that are just in us. Right. And sometimes those things aren't a harmful meant thing, right? So I think that like if we were to able to give some advice just into our psyche, I would say to women also consider that, like even in when I'm coming to give you advice, and then just say, you know what, babe, I appreciate the advice element of it. Right now, I want you to be more in tune with me,
right?
Because it's important. It's like when my son was growing up, there's certain things like myself and his mother differ in certain things, and as you already talked about, no one is a monolith. Yeah. Like no woman, no man, no one, whether we be black, whether you be white, whether you be whatever, no one is monolithic. And I knew that I needed nuance in rearing my son because his mother, was different in certain areas.
Yeah.
You understand it?
Very politically correct.
And I'm sure that the shoe was on the other foot for many people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where we toe that line, it's like, okay, there's certain things that I know that I need to pour into because I can see and I know the person that I'm with and I know what they offer.
Right.
Whether it be good or bad. And I'm not saying, one person is better or not, but you just understand that so you can pour in properly. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's important for us to learn and also be open to having these conversations. And so men listen to women when they express themselves, but women also give us an element of grace and listen to some of the things that we say too.
Yeah. And I hope I didn't cut you off.
No, I'm saying
I don't think that one podcast episode and one podcast segment is going to crack the code. Like, it's not, right? Like, I'm sure some people are going to come out of it and be like, I don't know what I was talking about, man. I still want to do it. You know what I mean? And that's perfectly fine. But we have to continue these conversations.
Yeah.
Instead of being reactionary to Aisha Curry, right? If you don't understand what Aisha Curry was saying and it rubbed you wrong, then let's dissect that. And let's talk about that.
Peer more into it.
Let's figure that out, right? Let's work on understanding.
What got you so upset?
What got you so mad about that? Because you'll probably find out that it's something about you and less about her. She's just speaking the truth. In a perfect world, we get to the point where we don't necessarily care about Aisha Curry and Steph Curry's marriage.
Right.
And whether or not she embarrassing him or not. I still would say you got
because that's more of a reflection of you thinking about yourself.
Yeah. Now, I will say to people that want to speak publicly, to people that want to speak publicly on a podcast,
there's a consequence.
You are putting your relationship out there to the world. I always think about the Howard Stern movie.
Private Parts,
right?
That was great.
And Howard Stern, now this is worse than Aisha Curry was doing. Howard Stern was
much worse,
openly mocking sex and judging women's titties and shit on his radio show. But he
with
was
Beetlejuice,
and I think he put Beetlejuice, and I think shout out to Beetlejuice, and Baba Booey, but I can't remember the specific scene. But I think he called his wife and kind of embarrassed her on air, and his wife divorced him. And that always stood out to me because obviously if you're a person in this business, especially if you're older than 35, whether you were a fan of Howard Stern or not, you look at someone like Howard Stern and go, man, that's like the definition of,
he's a legend,
the media guy. And then you should learn a lesson from that. So if you're going to, now nobody's saying Steph Curry about the divorce Aisha Curry. It's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying anybody that wants to talk about their marriage publicly, you better understand that not everybody gonna understand what you say.
And what comes with
especially in the age that we live in now.
And you putting it out there.
Yeah.
You putting it out there, so it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the number one thing I would say is that it's two conversations happening, right? Nice shoes, bro. It's two conversations happening. Two conversations happening. One is about her and being a woman married to a very famous man, and a lot of women who weren't married to famous men or aren't married at all were able to look at her and go, I understand you from the perspective of being a mother, and I understand you from the perspective of being a woman who either dates or is married to a man. But I think for men, there's a lot of nutrition and food to be taken from this conversation and the native land conversation about how we do with each other, how men can start to build themselves up and not lean so much on women being the identity for that. So,
yeah.
So I think, for us, in the role we play with this show and what we do, what are y'all niggas laughing at?
First of all, this man Ox is hilarious.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut this part. I was like,
he said when the light went off in my hole, he said I look like L.T. Hitchcock.
Hey,
funny.
Good evening.
Let's go.
Good evening.
He was a part of the show too. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's get ready to wrap this one up. I think that these are conversations that in this new reinvented version of MSR, and as we build up what this MSR thing is, and learn along with you, the audience, I think we're learning that, we came back for specific reasons, but one specific reason I mentioned is to kind of be the counteractor to that red pill manosphere thing. Obviously politically, but I think this piece is just as important as the political
social
piece.
Politically, yeah.
It's the social piece. And I think that as we're learning that men need voices to hear from, and women need voices to hear from. When these things come up. So, let us know what you all think at home, man. I think this is a conversation I'd like to keep going. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I was going to say, it's always an interesting space. I mean, now I know a lot of people didn't agree with him, but, Kevin Samuels, he was creating that space. I do not agree with this guy. What's his name? Right. Andrew, not Andrew.
You talking about the Fresh and Fit bombers?
No.
Oh, who?
The dudes who got him and the brother, but they just got arrested overseas or something. Andrew Tate.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So there are men that are having some type of platforms, but it's just not palatable to everybody.
We need to counteract those platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Those are platforms that need to be counteracted. I mean, Kevin Samuels isn't here anymore, but
rest in peace.
Andrew Tate and Fresh and Fit, and a lot of these manosphere.
Seriously, those are the poisonous type of
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. we're interested in conversation, and we're interested in conversation for a point of improvement, because ultimately we're sitting here talking about ourselves, but understand there's generations coming up after us. Everyone up here, has children. You know what I'm saying? So if we honestly, I know for me, I always want to affect a thought. Mm-hmm. Like if we can do that and bring conversation to whereas we can help change elements of the stigma, I'm completely with that.
Oh, well, I'll say it straight. I'm interested in deprogramming.
100%. There we go. Yeah.
It's clear what the toxicity has done, again, politically and socially, to young men.
Yeah.
I see it. And there's plenty of evidence that
manifesting
shows the
itself in our country.
Impact. Mm-hmm. And I think the reason why is because there isn't a counter. I'm talking
a counter, not holding the roast beef.
Yeah.
Because get the kitchen.
Okay. But no, really, really, really fast. I promise you. LT, I promise fast. Okay, we get ready to wrap up. Shouts out to the How I Learn podcast. I always mention Van and Rachel on the show. I'm just a big fan of their podcast. They had Gavin Newsom on their show. Okay. Mm-hmm. And Gavin Newsom said something that I thought was incredibly brilliant. Not because I'm some big Gavin Newsom. Well, Gavin Newsom's fine. But one thing he said is that I'm going on these podcasts. He was like, I'm talking to the gamers, like the people that do like Twitch, like the gaming stuff. Mm-hmm. He was like, mentioned all this stuff. And I was like, wow. See, yes, that's the counter programming that has to happen. Go to where people are and talk to them. And I think that's just what we're attempting to do here. So,
yeah.
All right. Shouts to everybody for tuning in, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. I hope you got something from that conversation. And listen, man, if you're a Drake fan, I hope you weren't too offended.
Right.
And all of that, man.
Right. Unfollow Adam.
Unfollow me if you don't. Hey, listen, it is what it is, bro.
Adam said if you a Drake fan, fuck you.
There we go.
Hey, how about that? How about that? And his name is LT.
Yeah, his name is LT. Listen,
no, I heard Adam.
Hey, when I put the first time we had this conversation on the show, and I put that clip up, man, one person told me I need to go take care of my kids.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They just
take it real personal.
That sounds like something Drake was
real personal.
Okay, right. He told me get off the.
I know that nigga ain't
mic.
talking.
Right. He told me,
Over Drake though.
Right. Told me get off the podcast mic and focus
on your children because you had disparaging things to say about Drake.
Yeah. So yeah, all y'all can kick rocks. Okay. Whatever.
That's
you know how you
children
feel.
correctly.
Go touch
Oh,
grass.
man, right.
You doing all that. Touch some grass, dog.
Yeah,
Go outside,
touch
get
some
some
grass.
fresh air. Okay,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
okay. Anyway, man.
And Drake still doesn't know your name.
And Drake
by the
never
way.
know your name.
Or talk to you.
By the way.
Never know your name. Anyway.
I
Don't
feel
know
like,
mine. Hey,
I feel
hey,
like Drake
He don't know
thank
mine.
you
Hey.
notes to everybody
Pause.
that defends him.
there you go. Hey, listen. Which camera am I? Which one we on?
This
You
one.
on? You,
What up?
Right
there we
there.
go.
Right there.
Drake will know my name before he knows yours.
100%.
Hey, yo.
Serious. Serious about that.
that's right, Adam Butthead.
Adam Butthead. By the way, that's my son in the dungeon.
yes. Over
I take
there.
care of him, though. He's
Over
good.
there. That's the one he was telling you to go take care of.
That's the other son. Yeah. He see my son down in the producer dungeon. And he
In-
go,
in
man,
the
why you doing
producer
your son
hole.
like that? You talking about Drake?
Yeah. Putting lotion in the basket.
Yeah, I
and
got
shit.
some my lotion in the bag. Throw it in the hole.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Thank you, Daddy.
I let him out for a 5K though. He was able to work out. No, but seriously, I just ready to wrap this up, man. Shouts to LT, man. That's our producer extraordinaire. He the man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you again for tuning in. Remember to follow us on all social platforms. MSR Tribe on Instagram, MSR Pod on TikTok. All right, Mindstream Radio on Facebook and all of that. Follow us, subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to the social channel. To the YouTube channel. Do all those things we tell you to do every week.
Yeah.
Keep supporting us. We appreciate you all. We thank you so much. Brother Smooth.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
LT. Yes, sir. I'm Adam Butler. That's Paul Span.
Black Man Span.
Remember to be great and free.
Elevate us.
That's right. We're up out of here. Peace.